Hi there folks, and welcome to the What Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 57. So we've got a re-employment story for you first of all. So hourly rates in Tesco are going to rise over the next 2 years, and they're going to rise from £7.62 an hour to £8.42 by November 2018. And we want you to calculate the percentage wage rise that the workers will receive. Okay, so the percentage wage rise is obviously dependent on the actual wage rise, so how much are the wages actually going to go up by. So we take the two hourly rates away from each other, so they're getting a wage rise of 80 pence. Maybe it doesn't sound so impressive when you say it like that, bear in mind it's taken 2 years. Anyway, how do we actually calculate the percentage wage rise? Well, we do rise divided by the current wage, that makes it a decimal. And how do we change a decimal into a percentage? Well, we multiply by 100. So if we sub the numbers into this wee formula we've created, it's 80 pence divided by the current wage, which is £7.62, and then to make it a percentage we times by 100. And if we put that into a calculator and round it to one decimal place as it told us to in the question, that's going to give us an answer of 10.5%. Still, don't get me wrong, wages are still higher in Aldi and Lidl. Something to think about if you're maybe thinking about applying for a part-time job. Anyway, on to our transport story. So in 6 years' time, they're going to build an £160 million aeroplane that's going to fly all the way from London here, all the way to New York City in just 3.4 hours. Now, to put things into perspective, it currently takes 9 hours. Okay, so the total distance between London and New York City is 3,451 miles. What must the average speed of the journey be? Okay, so we're working at a speed, and of course for that we use the equation distance divided by time. The distance is in miles, the time is in hours, so we can just put it straight into a calculator like this. 3,451 divided by 3.4, they'd already put the time in decimal format for us, and that gives us an answer of 1,015. Now for the units, if the distance is in miles and the time is in hours, then the speed is going to be in miles per hour. Now let's let that sink in for a wee second, guys. A plane flying at an average speed of 1,015 miles per hour, whatever they're going to invent next, will build the Millennium Falcon in 12 years' time, hopefully. Anyway, obviously we had wonderful weather last week, that couldn't be ignored in the Daily Rigour, and there was actually a record temperature high from the past 41 years. So we've got the daily temperature highs recorded from London last week, the daily temperature highs recorded from Glasgow last week. What's the difference between the mean temperature highs? So of course, to calculate the mean, well, for London first of all, we add up all the temperatures, which gives us 182, and then we divide by the number of numbers, and of course 7 days in a week, so we're going to divide by 7. That's going to give us 26 degrees. We then repeat the process for Glasgow, so adding up all the temperatures comes to a wee bit less, doesn't it, as we'd expect, 133. Again, we're going to divide by 7 because there's 7 days in a week. That comes to 19 degrees. So quite clearly now the difference is going to be the two numbers taken away from each other. The difference is 7 degrees. Not fair, is it? Why can't we have weather like them? Anyway, never mind. Okay, last wee story. So back in February, you might want to check out issue number 38 when we told you about a man selling his Lanarkshire mansion. So now Seamus Fitzsimmons from Dulwich near Glasgow is actually doing the same thing for an even more expensive mansion, but as a result he's charging a wee bit more for the raffle tickets. So he aims to sell 250,000 of them. So if he does that, how much profit is he going to make? Well, how much money is he going to make? So it's going to be the 250,000 tickets multiplied by the £5. So he's going to get a total sale, if all goes according to plan of course, of 1,250,000. But the house cost 800,000, so we need to take that away from the total money that he generated in order to calculate the profit. So if this works, he's going to make himself a tidy profit of £450,000. What a clever guy. So I quite like that, it's quite an enterprising thing to do. He's in difficulty selling his house, and if all goes according to plan, he's actually going to set himself up for life, I would say there. So fingers crossed it all works out for Seamus. Anyway guys, there you have it. That was our What Solutions for the Daily Rigour issue number 57. Hope you found that enjoyable. Stay tuned for next week's edition when we're going to be looking at more stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them. But in the meantime, thanks for watching and bye for now.